speaker, the coach, the trainer. So Shubha Joshi, yes. So Shubha Joshi, she has completed her education, MS in Computer Science in University in Houston, USA, and done her MSc in Physics, Karnataka University. She is having 15 plus years of experience in training, skills development in corporate, educational institutions, and NGOs. And she's having 10 plus years of experience in project, program management, and software companies in USA. Leadership experience in startup to multinational companies in technical, business roles, heading new educational institutions, and providing free services to public and to the needy communities. She is expert in leadership, motivational speeches, and communication skills. Shubha Joshi's mission is to empower teachers to intrinsically motivate students. Working towards this goal, she has designed modules for teacher training, certificate programs for people first. Till date, she has trained over 2,000 teachers across schools in Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and Maharashtra. Till date, she has trained over 2,000 teachers across schools in Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and Maharashtra. She is currently serving as non-executive director of Balsam Academy, Ranipet, Tamil Nadu. She believes that good education is possible within a classroom only through a dedicated and a passionate teacher. She is a trained creative teacher and is recognized faculty of Banjara Academy. Shubha Joshi ma'am has masters in physics and computer science from USA. She served in IT industry for over 12 years before moving to India and into education sector in 2005. She has actively trained students at all levels. She was instrumental in setting up Graduate Finishing School, an offshoot of Vidya Poshak in Dharwad. GFS offers graduate students and gets them job ready. She also served in ISTAR, an institute for training students. She served as a principal of Pratham International School, Bangalore, and is a director of Trividya Vidya Learning. Her vision is to educate, empower, and enable teachers to be the change agents to connect with the 21st century learners. I welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Students, I just want you all to have fun. That's the main goal that I have. So you can learn in a very fun and joyous way. So can we get going, sir?
Yes, ma'am, you can continue, ma'am.
Ma'am,
all right. Yes.
Ma'am, not getting message chat,
Okay.
ma'am.
Yeah, don't worry. You don't have to use chat box at all. We'll figure it out for you. You don't really have to. So if you have questions, you can ask at the very end. Keep writing your questions so that we are not interrupting the flow. The objective of today's session is for you as kids to understand yourselves. So then, yeah, you don't have to be answering me, Anjali. It's okay. Yeah, all right. So I want you all to understand yourself, know about yourself, know what you're capable of becoming, because many a times you get stuck.
Sorry to interrupt, ma'am. Kindly click on the record option.
I have, it's recording, sir.
It's not, it's not recording.
Well, it is on mine. It shows it's recording on mine.
Recording, sir.
Is it recording? All right, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
So I shall, yeah. So I'll share my screen with you. I hope everybody can see the screen. Madhu, it's visible, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, great. So today we are going to be talking about discovering your edge. Edge is something that is in you, but you don't know it's in you, because you're so much carried away with your school, with your exams, with whatever your friends do and whatever is the latest and greatest that's happening right now. But you really don't know what is your true potential. What is that you really can achieve, irrespective of what others are telling you to. That's how Sachin Tendulkar was made. That's how Dr. Abdul Kalam was made. That is how Modi ji is made. That's how every great person became great, because they identify what was the edge in them and they pursued it. All others, we are going through just doing whatever parents tell. That's okay. What parents tell is good, but you just don't have to follow the crowd. So we'll just find out a little bit more about yourself in the following slides that I'll be taking you through. It's going to be some activities. I'll want your participation. So we'll get with that. Your brain is like this over now. You are a teenager, you are smart, you're interested in future, you have a lot of hormonal changes that's happening in your body. That's what it is. You have peer pressure, you have lots of opportunities, you want to rebel, you want to listen to some music that your family does not listen to. Sometimes you're unsure, sometimes bored, sometimes sad, sometimes happy. A lot of things are happening in your brain. And that's how it should be. It's nothing wrong. That's how it should be, because you are getting into that stage where you are trying to figure who you are. You don't believe me anymore. You want to try it out for yourself. And that's what it leads to. Are you confused? Of course, all of us were in that stage. All of us should be in that stage. In about from your 6th grade onwards, till about your 9th, 10th grade, you'll be a little confused, and that's good. So welcome aboard to this whole experience. You may be getting angry at times when parents or teachers force you to do certain things or finish certain things that they want, and they don't really care for what you want. You get angry, and that's all right. You're frustrated at times. The frustration is kind of at high, especially when your friends visit your home and your parents don't like it. Or you want to do something with your friends and your parents don't allow it, or your teachers don't like it, and they separate you and make you sit on 2 different corners of the room. So you could be thinking about your grades, how much marks are you going to be getting, the assignment that you have to finish, some friends who dumped you, who don't want to be your friends anymore. Maybe there is an exam coming up and you're not prepared and you don't know what to prepare. You are lost. Maybe somebody is bullying you, they're teasing you, your self-esteem, confidence is down. So many things are happening. Your friends are not very kind. Not all of them are very kind, and the world is not very kind. You got to figure out yourself, and you got to assert yourself. Be that confident person. And that's what we're going to be looking at. So you could go withdrawn, and you say, I don't want to be talking to anybody. I'll just go be by myself. Okay, you could be lonely if you do that. You could withdraw, but then you could become very lonely, So then sad automatically happens. When you're alone, you're sad, maybe scared at times, but you cannot tell that to anybody. Adults don't understand you. They probably confuse you more. So a lot of things are happening, and that's what we want to address. I wish I had somebody to tell me all of this when I was your age. We had to figure it out. I had to be scared. I had to be frustrated. I had to be angry, and I had to figure it all on my own. And it hit me, especially when I went to US to do my master's. I was not really prepared. Nobody prepared us. And we want to use this opportunity that we have to be there for you all, so you can be better prepared than we were our time. Okay. So you're not alone in this journey. We are all with you. We may be older than you, but we still are angry. We still are frustrated. We still are withdrawn, lonely, sad, and scared, and many more emotions. So all of us feel that sometime or the other. Some of us can manage it. Some of us can address it. Some of us can have it under our control. And that's what we're going to figure out today. Okay. So let's discover ourselves, basically. What I want you to do is take out your books, take out your pencil, bring out your colors, and I'm going to give you 4 diamonds out here. Okay. You can pick any of that. Pick any of the diamond that you like, one of the 4. Okay, draw it on your sheet of paper and color it however you like it. if you don't have colors with you, you were not prepared. If you can go grab your colors really quick, go run and get some colors. And you are big children now, so you'll be able to do it quite fast. So pick any that you like. You have options. Okay, I'll give you 2 minutes. It's not very difficult activity. I'll give you 2 minutes, and you can use scale if you want to draw it perfectly, or you can just hand draw it. You know, we are not going to assess you. It's just to find out. I mean, you will discover about yourself by doing this activity. So it's up to you. You can draw your own, any similar shape or totally different shape if you don't like what I've given you. But I want you to draw something like this on your sheet and color it. You got to do this activity, otherwise you'll not be able to find or know yourself. Though you will not be telling me or showing me anything, it's you who is going to take charge and do it. So I request you to not ignore it, but do it. Yeah. So I'll move on. You could keep coloring. So once you have drawn that hard diamond on the sheet of paper, I would like you to color the space around. You know, when you draw something on a sheet of paper, you will have space around. So I'm going to be drawing it myself also. So it's going to be, I'm going to pick the very easy one because I don't want to be slowing down. Okay, so I'm going to be coloring my diamond out here and something around. I have kept my color pencils ready also. So I'm going to be coloring the space around. No, it's my work, right? So I want to make it look beautiful. So that's something that I do. Okay, around. I mean, if you want to color the whole page, you could do that. And you can be creative about it, do it a little differently if you want, like I told you. And now I want you to write 4 lines about the drawing. About the drawing or about your feelings about the drawing. You know, why is she asking me to draw? What will I know about myself if I draw? Or these lines, I mean, there are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lines in the simplest of the diamond. Anything that you feel like writing, write 4 lines about your drawing. Okay, the colors you used. I used orange outline and I filled my diamond with orange color, and the surrounding I had yellow. You could write that. Or you could write, you know, I'm scribbling this out. So whatever you feel like, write 4 lines, because we also know the reason why I'm asking you to do the colors that you choose will tell me about your personality, will tell you about your personality. And also the handwriting will tell you about your personality. There's a lot of it. You know, if I work with you directly, if you can draw one picture for me and if you can write 80% of your personality, I know it. Right? It's that powerful. We are like out in the world, open. Everybody knows us if they know how to read the colors and how to read the handwriting, which I'm going to show it to you today. So you will know a little bit more about yourself. Okay, so if you used light colors, if you did not use light colors, but if you just scribbled a picture and you chose to draw your own diamond, you didn't want to follow my instructions. You wanted to do your own and you added something extra. You added an extra line or little ring around it, or maybe a table underneath it. If you added something extra than what I asked you to do, then you are a very creative and friendly person. This is very, very simple. Okay, we will be covering more of these. We have like a 5 days workshop planned for you starting on Friday this week. So I'll be covering a lot more about how you can know more about yourself. but this is just something that you will get to know about yourself. If you use dark colors, if you pick brown or black or navy blue, dark green, like dark colors, and you pick third or fourth diamond, which was a little complicated, and you drew it very, very perfectly. You used the scale and you looked at the measurements and you drew it perfectly, and you needed more time. I didn't give you enough time, so you needed more time to do it perfectly. If you have that feeling in you, then you are a very caring and a very perfectionist student. You want everything to be perfect. Okay. If you use red, orange, or bright colors, and you picked third or fourth diamond, and also you put the diamond in a ring, you had a practical use for the diamond, not just draw something and show it. You had something used for it. Then you're sharp and goal-oriented. You have a goal in your mind. Now, all of us have goals, but especially these kids have like a very sure goal and they want to achieve that. In case you used any of the shades of blue or green, and you picked first or second, not very complicated, very realistic. You need, why do I have to just draw a diamond? I want to buy it. Very realistic. You need, why do I have to keep mind? Please mute yourselves. Then you are a flexible and dependable person. Okay, so this is how you begin to understand yourself. Hold on just a second, I'm echoing myself. Okay, so this is how you're echoing myself. All right, can everybody please mute? All right. So in your handwriting also reveals about your personality. In your handwriting, if this was the line, I'll just bring up my pointer. Okay, if this was the line and you tend to write upwards, then you look forward to doing new things. And if you tend to write downwards, you easily give up. It's not important, you give up. And nothing is right or wrong. All of them have advantages and disadvantages. So we will get to know ourselves first and how to develop on our skills that we already have. Okay. And if you have slanting letters, if you have slanting on the right side, then you're a very emotional, very attached, friendly person. If you're slanting on the left side, then you want to be alone. You are a loner. You like that way. And if your handwriting is straight, you adjust according to whatever is required. And if your letter size, if you write big letters, then you want attention. If you write medium, you're okay. If you write small, then you don't want anybody to notice you. You would rather be alone again. So your handwriting will tell me a lot of things about your personality. And working space, if you write your words close together, crowded, then you like to have a lot of people around you. You are a people person, or you want to do a lot of projects. You're doing a lot of activities. If you're wide apart, then you want space around you. You don't like anybody sitting next to you, very close to you and things like that. Normal is normal, okay? If necessary, if you have to be in a crowded bus, you get there. If you have to get in a crowded bus, people who write like this, they would rather walk than get onto the bus. They would rather not go to a market because it's crowded over there. So things like that, that's where your personality will start showing up. And we will know more about this in our sessions starting next week. Okay, but basically what you want to do is if you learn self-control, if you can manage yourself, then you can master absolutely anything. It's so easy. It is easy, actually. You can master it. And that's what we're going to be looking at. Okay. We're going to look at all your sadness, frustration, anger, whatever. Why is it coming? And eventually do some activities to bring it under control, do some plans so you can actually accomplish what you want to accomplish, or your dream. So Again, another activity, if you can quickly get your book out, and you can, we are going to draw an outward spiral. You know, we know spiral. This is a spiral. What is outward spiral? Outward spiral is something that begins from the center and goes outside. So I want you to draw. That's very simple, very easy, very quick, right? So draw a spiral in your book, and I'm going to be drawing along with you. So I'm going to start in the center and I'm going to go outside. Pay attention to the stroke, pay attention to the spacing, pay attention to the continuity. Okay, so that's what I have. All right, so now we will do another one. It's called inward spiral. Inward meaning it's the same spiral, but we begin from the outside. Now you have drawn one spiral yourself, right? Now try to replicate that. Try to do the same thing, but starting from outside. Now you'll have to be paying attention to the spacing, how big you drew earlier. Can you replicate that? It's not going to be very easy, but it's not impossible either. So I will do with you to show you even how I can be miserable at it. Okay. So I begin from outside and I go inside and I have about 3 circles and I close it in the center. That's what I have. Can you see that? In blue is my outside to inward. And now you see they're not actually like the way they look, because the one I'm showing you is a computer generated one. So we want to be perfect, but we will be able to do it. Okay, that's simple. I mean, this drawing spirals will give you a lot of power, and I'll tell you how. So now we'll try once more. Draw another circle, however you want it. Okay, so preferably go from outward and go back to inwards. And now this is a challenge. Okay, so see if you can get it. What you have to do is go back to that center and start going outwards. So I'll try that with mine. Go back to the center with what I've already drawn and spiral around. To go over. Okay, that's what I have. The top one, the red one. Okay. So if you also have it, you will notice that the second spiral that you drew inside the first spiral, you are a little careful. Your hand is a little shaky. The first one, you were free hand, it was better. But the second one, it's a little shaky because you want to keep within those boundaries. You know, so we feel restricted, right? And that's what you feel at home now. When, if I allow you to do whatever you want to do, you're the happiest person. But the minute I say, no, you cannot go with that friend. You have to come before this time. You got to eat this today. No, you can't have that today. When I start putting restrictions, you will start becoming jittery. As simple as that, okay? But when you practice this, when you practice spirals, you can reduce your anger and also anxiety. Anger is something that you feel intensely within. So you draw an inside to outside circle. So when you draw from inside and go all the way outside, that has an impact on your brain and your mind to diffuse that anger. And when you're anxious, you know, there's exam coming up and you have to do well and you're scared, you're worried, then you start with inward circle. No, inward to outward is your anger. Go from outward, all that anxiety that you're feeling from the outside, draw circles, the spiral to the inside, center it in you. That will reduce your anxiety. So your anxiety, fear, the anger reduces, the fear reduces. You know, attached to anxiety would be frustration and sadness sometimes, lonely sometimes, you know, all that will come under control. So practice this when you feel like real upset with somebody who's trying to tell you to do some things, or you yourself have forced yourself to measure up. You promised something to your friend and you got to do it and you don't know how and you are feeling frustrated, so try it out. Okay, now there's another activity. Okay, move on to the next sheet. It's again a very, very simple activity, and you have done all of these in your school. In your 4th grade math, you had these images. You were given 1/2 of the image and you're supposed to draw the second half of the image. So take another sheet and just draw a vertical line. Yeah, and then draw the top curve, the arc per se, then you draw that semicircle that comes and a tiny arc and then the trunk. Okay, that's what I have. 1/2 of the tree. Now try to do the second half. Okay, when you try to do the second half, that's when we get kind of, I don't know how much to do. So you'll have to pay a little bit of attention to do it. And then you do the circle and stop it. So that's what I have with my second half. And definitely it's not symmetric, right? So it's a little thinner. And what I have shown you here is a little fat. It's a little too out. And then you do another one. It's a little too in. I have mine more like the second one here. I'm not sure how you have yours, and we don't have time to show that, but keep in mind that if you practice it enough times, you'll be able to get it right. We wanted to get that. The third small one at the bottom, that's how perfectly you wanted to get. Of course, trees are not perfect in the real world, and neither are we perfect all the time, but it's not about perfection, it's about balance. We want to be in balance. We want to be neutral. We don't want to get angry or too happy or too sad, right? And we may end up something very lopsided. And if we are always lopsided, then people don't trust us, or we don't trust ourselves more than people, right? So that's why we have all the emotions that kind of bog us down. So it's not hard. It appears hard the first time. You're probably doing it for the very first time, just for fun. Maybe you did something for the sake of exams, but this is just for fun, to know yourself more. So practice that to calm yourself down, to be neutral. As simple as that. Right? Okay, so we'll move on to some more. See if you can do this. This is a little challenging. Okay, for those of you who want challenge, who like challenge, who are go-getters, who want to accomplish, well, there's no point in it, but yeah, you can try. Or some of you can also try this. It's more complicated than that. If the first one was, you don't have to fill it with colors. You just have to draw the left side of it and do the right side of it in the first case. And in the second case, do the right side of it first. And then do the left side of it. And you can make your own images. You don't have to take this. Now I'm just showing you, once you get comfortable with easy ones, you want to go one level up and challenge yourself. Okay, so which one was easy? You can answer it to yourself. Was drawing on the right side easy, copying the image on the right side easy, or was copying the image on the left easy? Most of us feel, it depends on the habit or practice, and some of you may not even have noticed anything, which is fine again. Okay, let's do some horizontal flip. Draw at the bottom, draw a horizontal line at the bottom, and draw the picture at the bottom and try to replicate it on the top. It's a challenge. It's not simple. This is something you can be doodling in your books when you're bored, when you're alone, when you have nothing to do. Just keep challenging yourself. And I guarantee you it will be useful. Okay. Or you could try doing this perfect image with both your hands. Try it. Just draw the vertical line and start with both your hands. Pencils will work better. So because they'll flow properly. Pens may not write properly. So you start at the top and you go down and you draw the circles. It's not as easy as I thought it was. Okay, that's what I have. The blue and the black, the pencil one. That's what I have, and I do with both my hands. It's a little tricky, but you will start enjoying it. Because when you have perfect symmetry or near perfect symmetry, near perfect images, you have the power to choose. That's what you develop when you do this activity. Right and left is when both sides of your brains are going to be engaged. Both are going to be working together. It's like two people working together to shift something, to lift something. When you're both there together, helping each other, things become easy. And when it is easy, you have power to choose. Now people trust you. That's what we got to build. All right. So for this, we have to change some habits. We are already used to doing certain things certain way. We know that my mother is like this, or my brother is like this, or my teacher is like this, bus doesn't come on time. There are a lot of things that we can complain about, blame about, and they are like that. And we have our own habits too. Now, not all of them like us either, because we have certain habits that are not likable. So challenge yourself to change habits. This is again a very simple activity. I want you to write with your left hand. Okay, if you are a left-hander, write with your right hand. And what do you have to write? I have something for you to specifically write. Okay, I want you to write a pangram. Oh, you have 1 minute. Now, what is a pangram? Anybody knows? Pangram is a sentence that contains all 26 letters. A to Z is in a pangram. Okay, now you may be wondering, oh, I don't know any of it. So I'm going to make it easy again because of shortage of time. When we have sessions, we'll have 5-day sessions of 2 hours each. That's where we are going to be, talking more and giving you more options to choose or to think and actually come up with something. But here it is. Okay, pack my red box with 5 dozen quality jugs. It has Z, it has X, it has Q, U, 5, V, all letters are there. Some of them have repeated. Vowels kind of repeat themselves because we cannot make many words without vowels in them. So try it. Try it with your left hand and see what you get. So can you write it as good as your right hand or other way around for the left-handers? This is a challenge. I mean, we probably, if we had broken our right hand, we learned doing things with our left hand, but generally we get used to one hand only, and we don't even think that we may be wanting to use another hand. And that's what I had when I tried this for the first time. This is what I wrote. I mean, that's not my handwriting. It looks like a kindergartner writing it. And look at my dozen. It's not, I mean, I could never get Z to write. It was always coming out as S. And there's something not very right. So I need to work on it. So if you start, for fun's sake, just have a challenge with your friends and see if you want. You can write mirror images. You can put a mirror and write the mirror images. There are many activities that we will be doing later on. So teach it to some of your friends. Involve them in that. Okay. So I'm going to show you another activity here that you can really teach. So you can really learn. You can learn a lot more. And this is one of the ways I always used, even when I was in school. I would catch hold of somebody to teach. And when I'm teaching something, I realize that I don't know. So I go back and read and become a little bit more better. Okay. So I'm going to show you a simple can-can puzzle. This is called a can-can puzzle. I think you have seen Sudokus in the newspaper, where you have to have all numbers in every row and every column. What we are looking at here, it's called can-can. Can in Japanese means wise. So it's wise puzzle means you're wise square. You're already smart. We just have to know it, right? So what we do here is, some of these things that are with the dark borders, like the one I have circled out here, it's called a cage. Okay, in that cage, you have to put numbers in such a way that you have to multiply 2 numbers and you should get the number 6, right? And because I have 4 squares and 4 columns and 4 rows, the numbers I can use is only 1, 2, 3, and 4. And each number has to be only once in every row or every column. This is the only condition we have. And there is a single small cage out here and the number is given, no operation to do that. So I just write number 1 directly. Simple enough. So the way I can get 6 is 1 into 6, but numbers allowed are only 1 to 4. So the only other option is 2 into 3. So I shall be using that. I'll show you how to do that. This is something you can learn. I mean, you get very, very simple can puzzles on the Google, and you get really complicated. You know, I solved one 9 by 9 puzzle. You know, it was 9 rows by 9 columns. It took me about 3.5 hours, and I didn't do anything but sit and solve it. Just, you know, just multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. Something we already know. But we have to put the numbers in such a way that they appear only once in every row and every column. That's the challenge, right? So, so just try it. It's really, really fun, because the minute you start teaching, you'll be learning and you will become powerful. You are in a teacher's position, you know. So once I figure that out, I don't know where 2 or 3 will go, because it could be in any of this. So I'll just write 3 or 2. Now I have 8 here. 8 could be 4 into 2 or 8 into 1. 8 is not allowed, so it has to be 2 into 4 into 1, which is still 8. 2 4s are 8 and 8 1s are 8. So I'll put 1 there, but 1 is already here. So I'm going to put 1 over there, and I'm going to write 2 4 here, because I don't know where exactly the 2 or 4 will go. But actually I will know, because there's going to be a 2 here. 2 cannot be here. So I can directly write 4 over here and 2 over here. But for practice sessions, you can figure that out. And 12 is 3 into 2 into 2. This is 4 divided by 2. This is 2 divided by 1. 36 is 3 into 3 is 9. 9 times 4 is 36. Okay, because 4 is going to be here, I cannot put a 4 here. So 4 has to go there. So 3 and 3 will come out here. So I'll show you how it works. 12 can also be 4 into 3 into 1, right? But I cannot put 3 or 4 out here. So I cannot put this 3 into 2 into 2. I cannot put, because 3 and 2 are already here. So I cannot put one of those 3s or 2s out here. So I'll pick the second option. Okay. So when I solve it, it's going 3 and 2 is going to be top and bottom, and 2 and 4 will go out here. 3 into 3 into 4, because 3 and 3 cannot be in the same column. I put 1 3 here and 1 3 there. You know, then I finish my puzzle. It's very, very simple one with only 2 operations. You can get simple ones, hard ones, moderate ones, and this can be very challenging. And actually, you'll find a lot about yourself. Your thinking patterns will start changing. You know, 4 divided by 2 is also 2. 2 divided by 1 is also 2. The same thing is out here. So which ones to use where? When you start figuring it out, you become smarter, sharper, in control, right? So you won't get sucked into your anger or frustration or anything like that. Okay, so this is what he is, Richard Feynman, one of the physicists that I really like him. He is very funny and very, very sharp, very natural. You know, he said, the more you teach, the better you learn. You know, so we teachers, we keep learning, because we keep teaching, we keep learning. And you got to start doing that. Teaching is a very powerful tool learning. Okay, so we'll do some of those when you start doing things with your friends. And this is another one, okay, very, very quick. Again, I don't know how we are doing on time. We do have time. So these are just simple 7 letters. You can randomly pick any letters that you want, but one letter you will have to highlight, like A is highlighted in red. That means in every word that you make, A has to be there. Let's see how many you can get. Okay, the challenge is if you can get 1 7-letter word, because there are 7 letters, you should get 1 7-letter. Okay, so try it. I'll just give you a clue. Okay, at and as are 2 words. There could be more. A has to be there in every word that you make. Think about it. Okay, some more 3-letter words. Eat, ate. This should be very, very easy for you. Very easy. I don't know if you have tried any of these, but these will actually keep you busy. When you're busy, you don't have room for any frustrations. That's the whole point. Okay, take up these puzzles. They come in the newspaper every day. There are lots of them available on Google these days. Anybody got 4-letter words? 4-letter words. Okay. Here are some that I could get. And there could be more. Late, need, lane, last, lean. You know, keep challenging yourselves. Go with 5-letter words. Okay.
Ma'am, and
where is D?
And
Ant is there. Yeah, good. Good. Yeah, keep thinking. Keep thinking. You know, we don't have too much time today, so I'm not giving you that time, but otherwise, you know, you would be putting it out there in the chat box. You can still put it out there as you get them.
Ma'am, slant.
Which one?
Slant.
Slant. Very good. Yeah. Slant. Keep thinking. You should also get a 7-letter word.
ma'am, least.
Least. Very good.
Ma'am, agent.
Agent. Yes. Good. Good.
Stay.
You got any 6-letter words?
Silent.
Which one? 6-letter words. I'll give you some. I'll give you some for today. These are some 6-letter words.
Ma'am, talent.
Yeah.
Ma'am,
you got
talent.
it. Yes. Good.
Ma'am, late.
Yeah. Do you get any 7-letter word?
Ma'am, late. Ma'am, late.
Yeah. Now look at 7-letter word. I'm not going to give you 7-letter word. You have it in you. So keep thinking. Write these letters down and keep working on it. You will find it. You will find them slowly but surely. You'll find them.
Ma'am, we can use A double time.
You cannot use A double times. You cannot use the A double times. Just once. Good question. You're thinking. Okay. You can find. You will definitely find that answer. I know. If not, I'll tell you Friday. Okay.
Chat, ma'am. Chat.
Which one? Chat. Okay, we'll move on. Now there is some drawing activity. Okay, can you draw this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So I want you to draw it, and I want you to show it to me on Friday when we come back, because it will take time and it's not difficult. You just have to identify where to begin and how to do it. Then you will certainly get it. You will have a trick. There's a key to it. Okay. Some of you may be thinking, looks complicated. Skip it. I don't want to do it. Yeah, that's there. It's okay. Life is complicated, a lot more complicated. We can skip it, but you can also do it because there is a key to it and it's easy. If the house is locked and you don't have a key. Yeah.
Ma'am, I will do and send on Friday, ma'am.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay. So please mute yourself.
Ma'am, WhatsApp number.
Madhu ma'am will share at the end. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
All right. Thank you. Okay. And some of you say, okay, it's a challenge. Like Anjali said, I want to draw it. I will draw it. Okay. So some of you are like that. Some of you say, yeah, it looks interesting, but I need a lot more time to do it perfectly. Yeah, some of us are like that. We want to do it perfectly. You know, only then we become somebody, right? Some of us may say, boring. What's the use of it? Do I really have to draw it? If there is an exam, if there's going to be marks given, maybe I will draw something. But for the fun of it, I don't think I want to do this. I would rather do the symmetry images. I would rather do the spirals, and that's okay. Okay, but we cannot do okay for everything. No, I just wanted to show this as an example. But yeah, I know, like someone like Anjali I had in my session other time, and she drew it. It took her about 12 minutes, but she drew it. And she also had a clue of how to do it perfectly. And she got it. And after a few tries, she gave up, but then she got it eventually. So yeah, we can do it. And it's fun. And it gives a lot of confidence. Because I want you to start looking what your mind is telling you. Easy, difficult, boring, I don't want to do, what will I get from here? You know, all those thoughts, you want to say, shh, be quiet. What are you doing important anyway? So let me give it a try. Okay, that's what I want you to get into that space. Because the thoughts change. Every second, the thoughts are changing in your heads. Forget your head. I mean, even the language is changing. You know, emojis probably was not a word in English dictionary at all, but it got added after WhatsApp came up, right? So a lot of things happen. And for the first time in the history of English language, there is an answer exactly as the question. And I want you to identify. There are only two changes in it. Two simple, like punctuation changes. I'll give you the question and I want you to tell me the answer. Okay, unmute and tell me the answer. Who declared coronavirus as a pandemic?
World Health Organization.
Very good. So what's the answer?
World Health Organization.
But what is the answer? I want a complete answer.
WHO declared coronavirus as a pandemic.
Excellent. Very good. You are all on par with it. So if something like this can happen in the language, why can't it happen with us? Because with anything, there's a new norm that comes up. Situations change and we change. And I want you to take control of that change. Yeah. So a quick another activity for you. What do you see in the picture here? You can unmute and speak. Circles, As soon as you finish speaking, please mute. Yeah, please mute as soon as you finish speaking. There are some circles, there are some squares.
Squares, rectangles, right angle triangle, semicircle.
Very good. So you're good in math and geometry, right? Can you see the letters?
A, B, C, D.
Can you see that in this picture?
A, B, C, D, E, F.
Can you see that in the picture? In this pendant here?
A, B, C, D, E.
Where is he in this picture? You need to, it's hidden,
here,
you know.
miss.
It's there? Okay, there's
Yes,
a
miss,
clue.
it is there.
This is something I want you to draw and keep ready also for the Friday. You know, draw
Yes,
this picture, keep it, and mark. You can find A to Z.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. What else do you see? You have all the shapes, you have the letters. What else do you see in this picture? Draw this picture, keep it.
It is diagram. It is drawing, miss.
It's a drawing. Yeah. Perfect. What else do you see? Anything else? Can you see
Ma'am,
numbers?
your voice is breaking, ma'am.
Yeah, I want you all to mute. Okay, I want you all to mute. It will become better. So can you see numbers? Draw this picture, copy this picture, and see if you can find numbers in it. I'll give you a sample. You know, there's one in the center out here. There could be 3 hidden in here. Okay, so you do have other numbers hidden and I want you to figure it out. because your talents are hidden like this in you too. It may not be very visible on the outside, but definitely when you start looking within you, you can definitely find them. Okay, so that's what I want you to do.
Ma'am, 8 is also there, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm sorry. When you unmute, it's a lot of disturbance. So please put in the chat box and Madhu ma'am will let me know later on, okay? Okay, so we change and we evolve. So what are your hobbies? What are your interests? And there could be some things like you like to listen to music, play sports. You may be interested in fashion and style, animes, watching documentaries, and there may be a lot more than this. I mean, I've just listed a few. I can't really list all of them here, but each of you has your own unique talents hidden. And I want you to find them out, because that's when you'll be really yourself, you'll be really happy, right? Maybe hanging out with friends, maybe shopping for some cool things. You want to try something new. You know, many of you have started cooking during this pandemic, you know, because you can't go out and eat, you have started making yourself and you discovered that you have a new skill now. You can be picking and reading anything that comes your way. You could be, you know, trying out with different technologies. Many of you may have also gotten used to gaming, but then it's only one directional. So I want you to try the other hidden talents in you. Because once you take charge, you can pursue your dreams. And that's what we will show you. You know, when you find out your own talents, the hidden ones in you, and you make up your own goals, you know, how can you set goals up to achieve what you want to achieve? How can you talk to somebody properly? How can you communicate to get what you want? These are the things we'll be covering in the 5-day session, 5-day workshop. Okay, because I really, really want you to take charge. It's not just hollow taking charge. Okay, it's just not see through. The text I've used here is like hollow. It's not that. You can make it very beautiful. You can fill it up with your talent. The I, this is I, that's very, very important. You is very important. The most important person on earth. And you got to believe that. You are so unique. And you have to take charge so you'll be able to become that person, become that personality. Because you know yourself much better now. Okay, so we are doing this session for you so you don't run away from yourself, because you're so awesome. We don't want to be going into hiding either. We want you to discover yourself. We want you to be just be for yourself, right? So we are starting the session on June 18th till June 22nd. It's going to be for 2 hours. Today we had only an hour. We'll have it for 2 hours. I mean, all of you eligible from age 11 to age 15. And it's very, very cheap. You know, it's just 2,000, you know, for 10 hours on 5 days. You know, so that's going to be a lot of things that you're going to be finding out about yourself. So basically, you'll be identifying your talents and interests. You got some of it. You got to know a little bit about yourself today, but you'll find out more. And how you can achieve those dreams that you have, you know, by setting a vision board and SMART goals. We will be creating a vision board in the session. So I'll be telling you what all materials you can bring to create your vision board together. And I'll be working with you and I'll create my own vision board. You know, my vision board keeps changing. You know, once I accomplish something, then I move on to the next one, you know, because I do take up lots of little different kinds of projects. And how do you get SMART goals? You know, how you can measure your goals, how you can time your goals, you know, creating milestones. And you create, okay, by end of this month, this is what I'm going to achieve. And hook or crook, I'll achieve it. You know, that's a milestone that you set for yourself. Nobody, no external person is going to be doing that for you. You know, teachers or parents or other adults in your life will only tell you, come on, study, there's exam coming up. Come on, what will you do if you don't study now? But no, we'll be working together. There's a lot of things that I need to accomplish with you. You know, it's learning is forever. So we'll do it together. And you'll be identifying some mentors, you know, somebody who will help you, truly understand you and truly help you. because you need that to share your successes. And also you will be learning how to communicate, how to ask for help, how to tell that you're good at this, or you have done it, or you have achieved this, and things like that. So we'll be looking at all of those things in those 10 hours we will be together. So do sign up for that, and bring back your work when you come in for next week. Anything that you didn't finish today, we really didn't have time for it. I apologize for that, but I'm sure you'll be able to take it up and do it. Just go for it, take charge, and enjoy your life. Okay. The topic is, converting aggression into passion. Anything that's bothering you, that's holding you back, that's stopping you, you're going to convert that into passion so that you will truly, truly enjoy yourself. Okay. So those were the key points covered. Just want to highlight it once more to make sure that you really get it. Okay. Thank you all very, very much. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your...
Students, if you have any kind of queries or questions, kindly write on the chat box. Madam will address the question.
Any questions about the session today or anything about the workshop that's coming up next week, let me know.
Yeah, coming week, Friday.
Friday.
Yes.
Question: why is it important to discover yourself? Very good question. Very good question. Why do I want to know myself? Why do you want to know about a restaurant you're going to celebrate your birthday in? Would you just go to any restaurant? You want to find out, what they offer, is it good? Is it priced properly? Things like that, right? So once you know yourself, what you're capable of becoming, or once I know why do I get angry, or why do I become tensed during exam time, and that I lose focus on studies, then you'll be able to identify. Once you're able to identify why you behave a certain way, then you can practice something that you don't get into that trap, so you can focus on your studies better. Okay. So once you discover yourself, you'll be able to get a grip on yourself, so you can behave properly. You will start avoiding certain things. If someone is irritating you, then you'll start keeping a distance. They're not your, so you'll be able to manage them, avoid them. So it becomes very important. Come up with, the best would be to come up with a solution where they become your friend. It becomes very important. Only when you know yourself, you'll be able to. If someone called me for the session today, and if I know that, if I just promise, yeah, I'll do it, but I really don't know it, and I come here and I really make a fool of myself, right? But when I know that, yes, I know the content, I understand what children want, and I'll be able to deliver, then I prepare myself. That's the only difference. Does that answer your question, Priyanka? Priyanka, right? Thank you, Jyoti. It was helpful. Thank you very much for being there for the whole time. And if you do so, people put you down so much that we can't stand up for yourself. Oh yeah. I totally understand what you're telling me. That's what we'll be figuring out. You will not be, when you discover yourself, you will not become arrogant, or you will not become egoistic. You will be in such a way, because the communication is also a part of the module, you will be able to communicate. Communication is not just words. You'll be able to behave, communicate through your body, communicate through your gestures and words in such a way that they will reduce putting you down, and you continue practice, continue staying within yourself, and continue practicing your own skills. At some point of time, they'll just drift away. The best would be when they become your buddies and they want to grow with you. And I have seen that happen more. So you'll be not just growing alone, you'll be growing with your friends. So we will talk about what you could be doing in the session for sure. Did that answer you, Priyanka? You have any other questions? Are you there, Priyanka? I don't see you. Yeah, you're there. Okay. Yeah, you are depressed because your loved ones don't trust me. And if I share something that I know, I have gone through it, I still go through it. And I totally am with you. And I think this whole session came up because many people shared similar feelings. And most of children in your age go through this. Okay. Judgment is very, very common in our society, and we will just work on how you don't have to get influenced by it. And we will also work on how you could do your actions in a way where people start trusting you. Right now, you may be saying something and doing something else, or saying something and not doing it all, or saying something and do it with anger or frustration, where you have like a passive aggressive behavior. And then that's when people don't trust you. And we are also having sessions for parents and teachers where they understand what children like you go through, and they start behaving a little differently. Yeah, because like I showed you the very first slide, your brain is going through a lot of changes right now. Your body is going through a lot of changes. And sometimes you don't even know why you're behaving the way you're behaving. You don't know why you're confused. You don't have words to explain that. And that's when you just do it, or you don't do it, or you do it very wrongly on purpose. That's when the adults are around, because they don't understand either, unfortunately. Right? So we will definitely address that also. Okay. And some of the practices I'll be giving you will help you a lot to uncover yourself and to start behaving, or at least asserting, this is something I don't like to do, and how you communicate that. We will cover those things as well. So please start drawing, that will help you come out of depression. Yeah. Any questions? Sugandhi, you have a question? You have unmuted yourself. Sugandhi. Okay. Any other questions? Thank you, Priyanka, for sharing. It requires a lot of courage to come out and speak. I appreciate you for that. You're already on the on the path of healing. That's why we had that mentorship component also in the session. So we'll suggest, will help you find, will help you to discover who's a mentor. Oh, I'm not the sweetest. You are much sweeter than me, baby. You are very, very precious. Believe me, every one of you. Have a good day. Good night, actually.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for the wonderful session you have given. And it was very informative, and it was a very good feedback from the students as well. And so students, by Friday, we'll be starting a workshop. By 18th of June, we'll be starting a workshop with the continuation of the topic what ma'am has taken today, the converting aggression to passion. So she'll be going in depth about each and every segment or each and every aspect of this topic.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yes.
We'll be there with you. Trust us.
And the key point ma'am will be covering is identifying your talents and interests, create a vision board and set smart goals, create milestones, identify mentors to help you achieve milestones, communicate to succeed. So these are the major topics she's going to cover for 5 days workshop. So by tomorrow afternoon, the workshop details will be displayed on your profile, your school icon profile. You can apply from your profile itself for the workshop, and the deadline of applying for the workshop is till Thursday evening. All right. So
great.
Thank you all. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you once again. Thank you so much for the wonderful session. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, students.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you all.